Hey guys, what's going on? So, first warning, my voice quality might sound a little bit weird. This is because I'm actually recording with my phone. I don't like the audio quality on my headset. My headset wasn't built for PC, so it's kind of shoddy, and I prefer my voice on my phone. So, I've been meaning to do this for a while, and that was to do a guide on Soul Fighter. Seeing as the latest patch on, April 12th, changed around the Soul Fighter skills, I figured I'd go over this really quickly and talk about what you want to aim for as far as like what type of soul shields, badges, amulets, etc., etc. So yeah, excuse me. So first off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the Earth build. I'm going to go over the Earth build mainly because, it is what it is. This isn't a popular build, and the reason for that is because it is not a very viable build for endgame. It can be viable, but it takes a lot of... How should I put it? It takes a lot of effort. And you have to really know your way around the class. What the... I didn't know that. Anyways, so what we'll do is we'll do our basic spec first for Earth. Sorry, I'm on my PvP build, so it looks kind of weird. But this is your basic Earth build. The main Hung Moon skills that you want to get for Earth will be your Hung Moon Straight Jab, which comes from Hung Moon Pellet. Your Hung Moon Cobalt Punch, which comes from your Azura Ember, and your Frozen Lamentation Stone that makes the Chilling Flame Elixir, I believe. The other super important Hung Moon skill you want to get will be the Hung Moon King Fist, which you can get from Bloodshade Harbor, the Marketplace, or through the Achievement Vendor. It is the most crucial... It's one of the most crucial and easiest to obtain Hung Moon skills. The other Hung Moon skill that you'd want to get is Hung Moon Elbow Smash. The reason for that is because Hung Moon Elbow Smash gives you a 1.5 second iframe on a successful counter. Now, a lot of people will go like, that's a luxury skill. In certain dungeons, this is a very crucial Hung Moon skill. It can be a lifesaver. It gives you quite a bit of damage. It gives you iframes. It's all around a great Hung Moon skill. You should get it, but it shouldn't be at the top of your list. Top of your list should be Straight Jab, Cobalt Punch, and King Fist. Then you'll get Elbow Smash, and if you're going to go for another Hung Moon skill, what's the other Hung Moon skill? I forget. It's Chi Burst. This is a luxury skill. This is like one of the skills that you want to get last. It is the most expensive and the least useful. But that's pretty much that. So what we'll do is we'll talk about badges. Let's see if I can find my badge. You have two different badges that you can use with Earth. You have the Primal Force Soul badge, which was the last season of Fury of Token as I'm recording this video. You can buy the Fury tokens on the market and get this badge, but what this badge does is it'll reduce the cooldown of Iron Shoulder by half a second on a successful Breaking Claw. So every time you use F, you reduce the cooldown of Iron Shoulder by half a second. Iron Shoulder by default has a 6-second cooldown, if I remember correctly. I don't play Earth, so I don't really know, but I'm pretty sure it's 6-second cooldown. The other badge that you can go and try and get would be the Holy Fire Soul badge. This is from the Triumph season, which is the current season right now, and this will give you 1,000% additional Earth attack power bonus on a successful King Fist during Golden Dragon. So when you have Golden Dragon, you're going to deal a lot more damage with King Fist. It just kind of depends on between these two badges, it really, I'm not an Earth Soul Fighter. If you want to ask anyone about the Earth build, you should talk to Alexor or Meldas. They play Earth, I do not. But using my common senses, if you're able to maintain 3 stacks of Golden Dragon, use the Holy Fire Soul badge. If you have a hard time managing your Golden Dragon stacks, you will want to use Primal Force Soul badge. And if you don't know, Golden Dragon stacks, every time you use King Fist, you gain a Golden Dragon stack. 3 stacks is the maximum that you can have, and with 3 stacks you get increased damage on your Z, which gives 60% crit damage. And if you have Hung Moon Chi Burst, it also heals everyone in the party, including yourself, an additional 40% of their HP. It's pretty big. As far as badges for Earth, as far as like mystic badges or amulets for Earth, I can tell you this right now, there's really no optimal one for this. You can get the Revelation Mystic Badge, which reduces Burning Tundra and Whirlwind's cooldown by 4 seconds on a successful Snowball or Ripple Punch. And then you have the Enhanced King Fist one, which will stack 1 chi in a successful first hit of King Fist. But in reality, this patch right now is not focused around Earth. It is focused around the Ice build or the Frost build. So it really doesn't matter which amulet you really get. They're all pretty shitty. The good ones come from Julia, which will come out later this year. I have the Enigma Mystic Badge mainly because I was getting it for my MSP 8 set because I like experimenting. So I will actually use this in the demonstration with the MSP 8 set. There we go. And what I'll do is, because I don't really have a problem, I will use the Holy Fire Soul Badge. So what I'll do is I'll show you the rotation for Earth. There is 2 ways that you can do the anti-cancel for Earth. There's LMB, RMB, F, which is the basic way, and it's the easiest way to train your fingers. And then you have the more efficient way, which is RB, LB, F. And the reason for that is, with Hung Moon Straight Jab, every time you get a critical hit on LB, your next attack has 100% critical rate. So it will crit regardless. And you'll use that in sync with whatever comes out of Cobalt Punch. I believe it's Breaking Claw. I'm just going to do the basic rotation because it's all I really know. So you just LB, RB until you have Iron Shoulder. Use Iron Shoulder. Then it's LBRBF. Well, that's pretty much it. One thing that I didn't do, because I don't play Earth build, is with the Enigma Mystic Badge and the MSP 8 set with the Earth build, you can sync Lightning Fist with Iron Shoulder, because Iron Shoulder is a 6-second cooldown, Lightning Fist is a 6-second cooldown. So you can actually get more damage by using Lightning Fist first and then using Iron Shoulder when you know Iron Shoulder's coming out. And you get a lot of damage. I don't do that because, like I said, I don't play Earth build. I will show the Primal Force Soul Badge real quick, just to show you the difference in the Iron Shoulders. That's pretty much that. That's pretty much it for Earth build. I don't really do Earth build, like I said. This isn't my thing. What I do is Frost build. So what I'll do is I'll go over the Frost build. So with the Frost build, this is pretty much your basic loadout. As far as Hung Moon skill prioritization, you want your Hung Moon Right Punch, the Azure Ember skill, first or second. It just depends what you can get first. If you can get Frost Storm first, get Frost Storm, but you definitely want to get Right Punch. This is where all your damage comes from. This is big ticket. So you'll get Frost Storm, Right Punch. All other Hung Moon skills are low priority. You have your counter, you have your Chi Burst. Straight jab is absolutely pointless, so if you're not going to play Earth at all, don't waste your time with Hung Moon Pellet. It is not worth the time. As far as badges go, there's only one badge that you want to get with Soul Fighter, or Frost build, and that is the Blue Moon Soul badge from the Season of Fury. The Blue Moon Soul badge, every time that you use Breeze Kick, you stack 1 chi, you recover 6 focus over 3 seconds, you inflict, basically it says 600% of your attack power, but it's basically doubling the damage of Breeze Kick. So it's basically 100% additional damage to Breeze Kick. This is really, really big. Even if you don't have the Hung Moon Ray Punch, this is still a huge improvement. This will give you, hands down, a 5k minimum DPS increase. This is the badge to get for Ice, and it is the only badge to get for Ice. This is your end-all be-all badges until we can combine the badges later on. But this is your primary badge. No other badge really replaces this as far as I know. I don't really keep up with Korea anymore. But yeah, same thing. As far as your prioritization goes, you want to get your MSP 8 set first. The reason for that, it is the easiest and fastest to obtain. And obviously you'll get your enigmatic or Igma Mystic badge to sync with the MSP 8 set. And I didn't actually explain this, but the Enigma Mystic badge syncs very well with the MSP 8 set because it grants you 390% additional attack power bonus for 3 seconds on a successful Iron Shoulder after using Lightning Fist. So every time you use Lightning Fist for 3 seconds, your Iron Shoulders are going to do 390% additional attack power bonus. The MSP 8 set grants Iron Shoulder a damage increase by 100%. So this will give you a lot of damage. The next set that you want to work towards is your Lifebane set, which comes from Skybreak Spire, aka Black Tower, aka whatever the hell you want to call it. I don't really care. This video is getting a little bit too long for me. But yeah. And with the Lifebane set, you will want to use the Pulse Mystic badge. The reason for that is because it will grant you 2600% additional attack power bonus on a successful first hit of a Frost Storm after using Focus Chi. So every time you use Z for 6 seconds, every Frost Storm you do, the first hit of Frost Storm is going to do 2600% additional attack power bonus. So for me right now, without having the 8 set, and with the Soul proc, that's around 150,000 damage for the first hit of Frost Storm. Now, during this 6-second time period, you can get off with Soul Burn. You can get off about 3 to 4 Frost Storms. So you have 3 to 4 Frost Storms that are going to hit like a truck. I mean, they're going to hit like a truck. I'll just put that set, blah, blah, blah. And I'll actually show you if I can get it going. Of course it didn't crit. Of course it didn't crit. This is it says here's a funny thing about this badge. It says the first hit, but it's not entirely accurate. It's actually the second hit. So with a little key trick that you can do, when you have Frost Storm available and you have Z available, you'll put Frost Storm down, then use Focus Chi, and you'll put Frost Storm down again as quick as possible. If you have the right ping, both Frost Storms will get the bonus damage from the Pulse Mystic badge without Soul Burn. This is one of the ways that you optimize your deeps for the Ice build. As far as the Ice build rotation, so long as you have your Hung Moon skill and you have the Blue Moon Soul badge, this is basically your rotation, if I don't fucking do a bunch of random shit. This is basically your rotation, in a nutshell. I'm having so much fun just pressing these buttons, you know? Now here's a key little trick. When you have Frost Storm available and you have Iron Shoulder, you put down Frost Storm and you use Iron Shoulder. The reason for that is it gives you 1 chi stack after you just used your 5 chi stacks. You also want to do the same trick, like if you have Frost Storm available, and you have Lightning Fist and Iron Shoulder available, you'll use Froststorm into Lightning Fist, then into Breeze Kick, and then into Iron Shoulder. This will give you 3 stacks of Chi, which with my ping, and if I'm on point, I can have Froststorm available every 9 seconds or so. So every 9 seconds, I can use Froststorm. That is about the only trick to optimizing the ice build rotation. That is the only trick. A lot of people just like mindlessly punch it and go, you know, just the boring shit like this. They just go, you know, I'm punching it, I'm playing Soul Fighter, I'm playing it right? I'm doing it right. But they don't realize that there is a small little trick that you can use to optimize your rotation. It doesn't seem very big, but it helps a lot. But yeah, so long as you have around 55% crit, you have your Blue Moon Soul Badge with your Hung Moon Right Punch, you will never have to do this rotation, which is, you know, I'm punching it, eventually if my weapon doesn't give me Chi. Okay, this isn't gonna work with my weapon. I gotta swap the weapon out real quick, it ain't gonna work. I gotta do this like a commoner. So, you know, you're doing your rotation, you're like, oh yeah, wait, I'm out of focus. What do? I just stand here, right? And then I press this, I press that. I got more focus. Oh, wait, I'm out of focus. Press no more focus. So if you don't have the Blue Moon Soul Badge, with around 55% crit with your Hung Moon Right Punch, you're going to be hurting on focus a lot. And this is going to happen to new players to Soul Fighter. And the rotation without these key pieces of equipment is something like this. So you're punching it, you know, you're going ham on it, you're just like, yeah, you know, oh wait, I'm out of focus. SS backwards, put down that, span that, back to the melee stance. There we go, look, I got it down, I'm doing it. You basically have to really micromanage how many times you can use Breeze Kick and how many times you can use Iron Shoulder. You have to like really wait until you're almost out of focus before you really use them. It's a very slow and tedious process, and you have to also make use of the Frost stance, or the Elemental, or I'm sorry, what is this stance called? I don't even know. The range stance. We'll just call it the Force Master stance, right? This is the Force Master stance. You actually have to make use of the Force Master stance with Burning Tundra, Snowball, and Displace to actually build Chi stacks and get some focus back. It's not ideal. Once you have your Blue Moon Soul Badge and you have around 55% crit, you never have to worry about micromanaging your Iron Shoulders and your Breeze Kicks and going into the Force Master stance and using all that. You can just straight up just wail on it and just punch away. And like, just like no fucks given. Just keep going, you know? Like, what's focus? I don't need focus. Focus needs me. I'm an animal. Look at this. See, I'm an animal, dude. I'm just going. Nothing can stop me. Okay, it can stop me if I don't use Breeze Kick, but that's pretty much it. There's nothing else that I can really tell you guys about Soul Fighter. I've already taken up like 18 minutes of this video blabbing on, but that's your goal. Soul Fighter is a very, very basic class. It takes little to no effort to play, and it takes meh effort to master. I will say this, if you're looking to play Soul Fighter, you have to have good ping. I'm not talking like 150 ping, I'm talking, you know, below. If you want to play it like to the best that you can and really enjoy it and do a lot of damage, you're going to have to play Soul Fighter with around 80 or less ping. No, actually, we'll be safe. We'll do like 100. If you're over 100, you're pushing the limits of the class. The class is very, very ping intensive. I play with around 45 to 50 MS, and I can maximize the class to its fullest potential. If you're playing with around 100 MS, you're going to be lacking a little bit. And if you're playing with anything over 100 MS, like 150, 200, you're really, really, really going to be hurting. And I don't recommend playing Soul Fighter with that ping. If you are gonna play Soul Fighter with that ping, I recommend that you play Earth build only. The reason for that is Frost build is very, very ping intensive because your main ability is right punch. All you do is hold your right mouse button. That's it. Your right punch is dependent on your ping. Now, with Earth is about animation cancellation with sort of like a tempo, sort of finding the rhythm. It's not necessarily ping reliant because even with a high ping, you could sort of find that tempo and you can execute it just as fast as someone that has, like, let's say you have 200 ms and another person has like 70 ms. You can anti-cancel just as fast as they can. You just have to find the rhythm. You have to adjust yourself to the delay. Because animation cancellation is all about execution. If you can execute it right, you can anti-cancel just as fast as anyone else. If you're playing Frost with that type of ping, there's nothing you're doing. You're wasting the class's potential, and I'm sorry. But, I mean, that's pretty much it for Soul Fighter. I figured I'd just make like a quick video. I will say this. I forgot to talk about this. I'm sorry about this. People are probably going to be wondering, which bracelet do I go? I will tell you this right now. If you play Earth, you go Tiger. If you play Frost, you go Dragon. Now, let's say you're in my position. You have a 5-set of Life Bane. So you have a 5-set BT Soul Shield. You're going to want to go Tiger first. And once you have your 8-set, switch the Tiger to Divine Dragon. The reason for that is Divine Dragon is going to give a 1000% additional attack power bonus on a successful first hit of King Fist or Froststorm during Golden Dragon. Top it off with the BT 8 set, which gives King Fist or Froststorm 70% damage increase. With the Pulse Mystic badge, you're going to be doing bonkers damage with Froststorm. But, like I said, if you're going to play Earth, you go Tiger. If you don't have a BT 8 set, you're going to go Tiger. Once you have your BT 8 set with Frost build, you will go Divine Dragon. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. In some cases, Tiger can outperform the Dragon bracelet even if you have an 8 set, simply because it's boosting the damage of Dragon Fury and Right Punch. And I mean, Froststorm's great and all, but like 75 to 80% of your damage literally comes from Right Punch. So I guess that's it. This has been a 22-minute long video. Holy shit, why is it so long? And I hope this was helpful to some of you, and y'all have a good day.